Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the Hardcore Podcast. This is episode 45, and I'm your host, Christopher Norwood.
And I'm your host, Robert Melton.
How you been, buddy? What you been up to? Anything new?
Not new. Just been playing Baldurs Gate.
I love that to say, what have you been up to? We've literally just been playing Baldurs Gate together
Yeah.
the past few days.
Oh, I did go to that Noah Khan concert. That shit was cool.
How did, I know Noah Khan was amazing, but how did everyone else do?
Don't know. We literally got there right before Noah Khan got on, so.
Oh, you stayed for Noah Khan? Oh, because he was last.
Yeah.
Right, he headlined.
And we didn't end up going Sunday, so.
I heard that y'all didn't end up going, but she regretted it because apparently Noah Khan got up on stage with Hosier.
Oh, no way.
That's what. Oh, you didn't hear about that? Yeah.
Ashley never tells me anything, apparently.
Well, Kansas sent that to her and was like, hey,
Oh.
did you go to this? Did you see this? And she was like, no, I hate my life. I hate myself.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Because what she showed me was pretty cool. Yeah, he just kind of featured in a song.
Damn. That would have been cool.
But he's really freaking good. He is so good.
Noah Khan?
Noah Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even if you didn't, like, know any songs, like, he's just a good performer.
Yeah, apparently he's coming back in October to play, like, a golf tournament or something like that. Not to play,
Really?
but he's going to be
Oh,
doing
that would be
music
cool.
at, or actually, I don't know if it's a golf
He
tournament, but
wins.
it's at, like, a golf, like a country club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wins and then plays a show.
That'd be pretty epic.
That would be pretty damn cool.
But yeah, it was a really good live performer.
Yeah. No, he's phenomenal the time that Kansas and I seen him. So fucking good.
And he's pretty funny, too. So.
Yeah, he is pretty funny. Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah, fucking Ashley cried like a baby to one of his songs.
A lot of his songs are really sad. Yeah.
Call Your Mom song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to see that song performed live.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. But, because I'm not a big fan, but Orange Juice, that'd probably be my favorite song by him.
It's a good song.
That's a freaking banger. That's a freaking banger. But that's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
Glad you had a good time. But yeah, Baldurs Gate. Let's go back to that.
Okay.
That's been a hell of a time because we got a campaign, you, me, and a couple other friends, and we've been going through that. But because I was on the fence about whether I wanted to continue my solo campaign. And I was like, you know what, maybe, because I didn't want to like play through everything all over again. And I was like, maybe I'll just play with you guys. You know, that'll be the campaign that I play. Just whenever y'all are on, like that's when I'll play. And the other day I was like, just kind of itching to play. And this was before we had all got on. And I was like, you know what, let me hop back on. Let me do some solo stuff. And I got to say, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Because just like Matt had told me, it just hits different.
It does.
When you actually get to see the story with like the NPC characters that are like kind of built to play with versus just like, you know, the custom characters that all your friends make. When you get to see those stories like flourish and like not finish, but like just to get to see those stories, it hits different.
Yeah, because each of the NPCs pretty much have their own like backstories, and they have like different interactions with all the NPCs that you come across, and it's all very unique. So I think, God, I don't even know how many times you'd have to go through the game just to get all those interactions.
Yeah,
because so I'm in 3 campaigns technically so far. It's me, you, a couple of our buddies, and then I have one with 3 other buddies, and well, I guess 2 of them are the same, but we're just playing a different campaign. And then I have my solo campaign. Yeah, and there's been just so many different dialogue options that come about, and different paths you take. Like you say, you kill this NPC or you interact with this NPC, and then something different happens. Like it's just
because the way they do it is it's pretty seamless once you're playing with friends. But if we're at camp and I'm like going through my trunk and stuff, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm doing something and you're like talking to someone. Yeah. Like I won't get that again if I don't listen in, because you can listen in if like another person is talking to a party member, you can listen in and get that dialogue and that story. But if you're busy and you miss that, you're not going to get it back. Yeah. Unless you like play a different campaign, or like my solo campaign, for example, I get all those details. Yeah. You know, I'm not missing anything. Yeah. And same with when you're playing with friends. At least for me, like, it's fun when we're just, like, out adventuring and fucking killing people, you know? Like, we're not really doing the side stuff. We're doing, like, the main stories. Right. Where in the solo campaign, I can do all the side stuff. Like, for example, in one of the first camps you go to, I remember talking with this little tiefling girl that wants to steal that that statue.
Mm-hmm.
And I had stopped there, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll start working on sealing that statue whenever, I play again. Well, in our group campaign, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
And then when you rescue Halsim, and Halsim's talking to that other chick, that other druid chick, apparently they killed her. Or they killed some little girl, and it's like, damn, we could have prevented that, but we weren't doing the side shit.
Yeah.
Or we took too long to do something. So at least now I know, like, all right, in my campaign, my solo campaign, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's just really cool.
Yeah, I know there's like a bunch of different ways to go about that specific like little quest line. Like you can ally with the druids and the tieflings, or just the tieflings, or just the druids, or even the goblins.
Oh, with the prisoner in the cage. Yeah, there's a lot of paths. Wow. Yeah, just the way they wrote that game is very smart.
God,
I can't imagine what it took to do all that.
it's got to be a lot of writing because you got to like tie all these ends.
A lot of troubleshooting too.
Yeah.
But all that to say, that's pretty much what we've been up to. You went to a show and Baldur's Gate,
BG3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is so addicting, dude.
It's been a lot of fun, yeah. I love how one of my favorite parts, and what I've noticed more on my solo campaign, is like after a day of adventuring, when you go back to camp, you see all like the exclamation marks. It's like, nice.
Yeah.
We're continuing stories here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the NPC interaction so much.
Yeah.
And then like the dreams are cool. Your character will have specific dreams depending on your class or how far you are in the story.
Your race.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's another fucking thing right there. Depending on what race you are.
Just, going through the game.
Different dialogue
for
options.
Each race,
yeah.
can you imagine? Yeah, because certain races, they'll have special dialogue options, and that's throughout the game. So it's almost like each playthrough with a different race is like fresh and like different in some manner.
And I don't know if you knew this, but there's a shit ton of mods for this game already.
I did not.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though,
no surprise.
The only reason I haven't gotten into the mods is because I believe in order to play multiplayer, everybody you're playing with has to have the same mods.
But can you have mods for your solo game and just turn them off for multiplayer?
I am not certain on that.
I wonder if I had mods, because our multiplayer campaign is your campaign. Like, it's your save, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if I had mods, could I go through my solo campaign and then we do multiplayer? It's technically your game. I wonder if those mods will affect it.
Well, I mean, I know there's like purely cosmetic mods, and then there's mods like, I think there's one called like bags, where you just have like a bunch of different bags and it like auto sorts your items and shit like that. Yeah. And then there's one that you can have up to 16 party members. Yeah.
That just sounds too hectic.
That's chaotic as fuck.
That's really, especially early on, shit would be so boring.
Yeah. And then I seen another where I think you can have like up to 8 multiplayer people.
Well, you know what would be cool with 16? Well, even 8 is you kind of split off. You maybe have a party of 4 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking. Towards the end of Act 1, there's a part where you can go to the Underdark. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And in the mountains. So you could have 4 and 4, taking those two, different paths.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty sick.
Huh.
Any, my buddy wanted me to ask this, but any sex mods?
Of course.
Oh, okay. I will let him know.
There's also nudity mods.
More nudity?
I was just kidding.
I was going to say, like, there's a
Sorry,
lot
it comes
of
nudity.
with that. Yeah.
I'm sure you can get some actual penis differences or something.
Oh, nice. The girth mod. Girth. bags. That's funny.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm loving that game, though.
Yeah. It's
I've already got like 60 hours on it, which is insane.
That is insane. But yeah, like, I enjoyed the game from the beginning, but like within the past couple days, it really clicked for me. Where I was like, oh my gosh.
As soon as you kind of like
beautiful.
Yeah, as soon as you get everything like down pat, because there is a learning curve to it, of course. Like if you've ever even like looked into trying to play D&D, you are very overwhelmed. You were just like, what do these numbers mean? What does a 1 D6, what's a 1D8, what's a 1D20.
Yeah.
And all those aspects are in this game. Plus, I mean, like on paper, it's way more overwhelming than it is in like this game where it kind of like
it
teaches
forces
you.
It's like, there's tutorials for everything.
Yeah.
Whereas when we had first played D&D, like we had homework.
Yeah.
Like Haley, this was all our first time playing other than Haley, our DM. And she was like, hey, study this. You need to learn this. You have to fill out this.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of like homework you had to do. Whereas the homework's there in the game, the learning curve, but it's a tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
They teach it to you.
But I will say, after playing this, I feel way more comfortable going into like a D&D campaign, I think.
Oh, yeah, because now you know, like, hey, I really liked, I have this type of character. Weren't you like a sorceress or sorcerer?
I was
what
yeah.
Vex was? You could play with Howsam and be like, damn, Howsam got some really cool spells. I like the druids.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you could then do a druid build and kind of know what path you want to take, what kind of build you want to do, because you know what the spells do and how they work and what the advantages are or disadvantages, pros and cons are.
Yeah.
So, that is really true.
Yeah, I love it.
So, without further ado, do we get into it?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. Never gets old.
Never.
All right, so today, I'd say we got a good amount to discuss.
Yeah.
We're going over some more Gamescom games, because the last episode, we kind of covered that initial day one release, all the announcements for day one. And those were definitely where the bigger games were.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot more smaller, like, indie games and just smaller development games, the rest of the show. So we're going over some more of those. We're going to talk about Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis. It was something that we kind of knew about, but we looked more into it and realized, oh, shit, this is actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
Because we don't really have a background in mobile gaming besides, like, Pokemon Go. Mainly you. I know you do a lot of Pokemon Go.
Right.
But that was, like, really it. So we're talking about that. We're going to talk about Mario. One Piece a little bit. Starfield a tiny bit. I mean, just their reviews are out.
Yeah. Comes out tomorrow in early or pre-access, I guess, is the way you would call it.
Oh, okay.
If you bought
pre-ordered.
it, and pre-ordered it, then you can play it tomorrow.
So when does it actually come out, though?
I believe next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, so it's like a 5-day early type thing.
Something like that, yeah.
Not bad. So, I picked out a few games that kind of interested me, went over them a little bit. So we're going to start with Where Winds Meet. Have you heard of this?
Who's Werewin?
Where Wind Meets. Where Winds Meet. Have you heard of that or seen anything for that?
Definitely not.
So it's very Ghost of Tsushima-esque, in my opinion. Did you ever play Ghost of Tsushima?
Never actually played it.
Really good game. So Where Winds Meet. No new trailer or anything was released, but this game was playable on the show floor with a guided demo at Gamescom. So Where Winds Meet is a massive open-world RPG that deals with Chinese mythology. To that extent, I'm not too sure. The game seems to be very freeform style, like the newer Zelda games, in the sense that you can do what you want, when you want, in any order you want, which is always cool.
Yeah.
Combat looks very over the top in a wushu fashion that takes a more steel-on-steel, Ghost of Tsushima-esque approach versus a slower Soulsborne-esque style.
Oh, I think I did see some stuff about this. Yeah. I think we watched the original trailer for this.
Well, there's, I don't know if it was this one, because there's like a few different, like, kind of samurai, Japanese, Chinese-esque games coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we have, what's that big one? The Journey to the West one.
Oh,
Wukong.
Yeah.
We have that one.
Black
we have
Sun.
this one, and I can't remember the names, but Phantom Blade Zero, I think maybe that's what it's called. There's at least like 4 or 5 that are like in development right now.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that, because I said combat looks very over the top in a wushu fashion, it's kind of like I know you've seen them, like the old like martial arts movies and shows where it's just everything is exaggerated.
Yeah.
They just jump incredibly high, or I punch you and you fall to the ground and then you kick off the wall and you're fucking gliding to me, shit like that. It was it has to be inspired by that stuff because I've seen a lot of that in the gameplay demos that I've seen, and that just translated over to a video game is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really sick. So, magical gifts, abilities, powers, whatever you want to call it, it seems to play a big role in this game and helps aid those iconic wushu over-the-top elements. The controlling character can essentially fly, can dash, can fight at insane speeds, has incredible reflexes. There was even one clip of him running on water and a lot more.
Jesus.
Like, there was some crazy stuff, pretty much. Again, the game looks absolutely nuts with gorgeous visuals and a crazy scope with what you can do. Because they showed off just like this world that you can explore, and it just looks massive. And apparently has one of the most in-depth character creators seen in any game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So a lot to look forward to with Where the Winds Meet. And the guy that was talking about that, who had mentioned that, he had said it was pretty much Black Desert. You know how in-depth the Black Desert character creator was? It was that times 2.
Really?
Yeah. He said, like, you could customize just fucking, like, everything on your face about your character.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if it even goes down to, like, your body customization, but, like, every little detail on your face, which is cool.
Do we have a date for this?
Nah, I don't. I'm thinking next year that it may have had, like, a 2024 release, but I'm not too sure.
Okay, I'm going to look more into this.
I definitely don't think it's this year.
This sounds good as hell.
Yeah, it does sound good. At least watch that, like a gameplay overview, because it does look sweet. So yeah, Where Winds Meet. Next we have The First Descendant. So this is honestly something I'm not like super stoked for, but it did look pretty good, and I know a lot of people like this genre of game. So are you into loot? Well, you're not even really into shooters. I was going to say, are you into looter shooters? Also called schlooters?
Schlooters?
Also called loot shooters, apparently. But games like Destiny, Borderlands, The Division, if you're into stuff like that, maybe check out The First Descendant. So,
it's all Colton.
Pretty much. Dude, this is his bread and butter. So, new looter shooter game in development by the company that worked on Counter-Strike Online 2, Nexon. This game centers around the virtual world of Ingress, and you will be controlling characters called Descendants that have special abilities in a fight to defeat the Vulgus, who have invaded this world through voids, and in doing so, have also let in huge enemies called Colossus that seem to be an enemy to both sides.
Ooh.
So the gist of looter shooters is getting the best gear and weapons through playing and replaying missions as seen in big games such as Destiny, The Division, and even Borderlands. Developers promise big environments and customization that feel rewarding to play and earn. The First Descendant is a free-to-play game. Thumbs up. Free-to-play game that uses the Unreal 5 graphic engine and claims to have a business model that feels fair. Other than that, what we have seen from this game looks stylish and beautiful, from the character models to the animations. If looter shooters are for you, keep an eye out.
Okay.
So I'll probably keep an eye out, but again, not. I probably like shooters more than you, but I think it's just more of time constraint. Like, I don't have the time to like play games like The Division in Destiny, because I feel like if you fall off, you're like that behind, you know?
Right.
Like, you missed this mission that came out, now you're not able to get this gear and this weapon, you know? Stuff like that. But like you said, Colton, this is his bread and butter. He's all about builds and meta. What's a new meta? Keeping up with that stuff.
Wonder if he knows about it.
I don't know. I'll have to send it his way. But gameplay-wise, visuals-wise, like I said, it looked very stylish. There were some fan servicey characters. Like, it does look like Destiny in that, like, kind of future regard, but it also looks more realistic, but it has like anime like elements. Like one character, she was wearing this almost like robotic looking, like skin tight armor, but she had like it was like bunny ears built into it, but that was part of like the armor, and it was metal, but it looked pretty cool. It looked pretty cool. I'll give it that.
I assume you'll be able to change a lot of that.
I think so, like customization.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's a free game, they gotta make money somehow, and I'm assuming it's cosmetics.
Yeah. But again, with it being free, they did say the business model for how they will make money will feel fair. It won't be, hopefully not be like a, what is it, pay to win type scenario.
You got to buy bullets.
Jeez. I think it may be like the Descendants, that may be something you have to buy. Like, hey, you want that bunny-eared, sexy skin-tight Descendant, you got to buy it. You want this costume, you got to buy it. But yeah, First Descendant. If looter shooter is for you, then look into it. Check it out. So this is one that I am pretty stoked for. Persona 3 Reload.
Lame.
Lame name. Persona 3 is getting a full remake that is looking to be something very special. I'm still relatively new to Persona, but even so, these are some of the most stylish games, period. And this newly refreshed installment continues that pursuit. Again, in a way that I'm willing to wager makes this the best version to play. And I say that because obviously this is a remake. This is a game that's been released. I think this is a game that's been remastered at least twice.
Oh, damn.
I know there was it came out on the PS2. I want to say there was another PS2 version. I think it was also brought to the PSP, and they changed some things there, so we're getting a complete remake.
Damn. Is this game considered like the better one aside from 5?
I think it's 3, 4, 5. I'm not saying that order, but it's 3, 4, 5s. Those are the ones that
the big ones.
Yeah, I think any Persona fan who'd probably played them all would say like those are the big 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So, character and Persona models look absolutely awesome and carry that novelty touch that I personally love. The gist of the Persona 3 story follows a group of high school students trying to cope with, understand, and accept death in a world surrounded by it, as well as find their own reason for living. Through mysterious events, they will find themselves in another world exploring and investigating what's known as the Dark Hour, using manifestations of their inner selves, known as persona, to help them along the way. I'm excited to play through the story, explore the social sim aspect, see these awesome persona, and experience the combat that these games are known for.
And romance a high schooler?
No. No. I'm taking the virgin route.
Is Joker in 3?
No, he's in 5.
He's only in 5.
He's only in 5.
Okay. So I didn't know if the characters changed throughout the games.
They do, unless there's like a spin-off game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know.
Isn't 5 getting a spin-off?
Well, there was, yes. So there's Persona 5. Persona 5 Royal was the same game with like a bunch of stuff like revamped and added in. There was Persona 5 Strikers, which I think was a spin-off. And then we're getting that more kind of chibi-esque
that's
tactical
the one
strategy game.
That's right, yeah.
What's it called? Persona 5 Tactica? Maybe.
That sounds about right.
That sounds right. But that does look sweet. So, novelty aspect. Do you remember as a kid? All right, I'm going to take you back.
Okay.
This is one thing that I love about the Persona games. So, you're a kid, and you're watching Digimon.
Oh, fuck
which,
yeah.
Digimon's already fucking awesome, but as a kid, like, it was up there with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and all that. And we didn't have the internet, we couldn't see, like, hey, what is this Digimon Digivolve into? But, like, when you would see that episode where, like, your favorite Digimon was about to Digivolve, you didn't know what to expect. You didn't know what it looked like. And it was so exciting and just how cool it looked. And it's that same novelty with this game because you have these manifestations of your inner selves that are persona, and they look so badass, and they can, like, change. And then there's, like, almost like a Pokemon-esque, like, creature capture system where you can fight this persona, but I can also capture it and use it, and then I can like have another persona and I can fuse it, and then it turns into another one.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I
Yep.
never knew that.
Mm-hmm. And that novelty is just so cool because it's like, oh man, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's this one gonna look like when he like changes or not digivolves, but evolves or whatever. So that aspect of it is really neat because it does kind of take you back to those like childhood years. That same excitement.
Yeah, no, that's like God, that's pure bliss.
Dude, absolutely.
Agumon Digivolve too.
Fucking circling.
Yeah, dude.
So like you said, it does have the social sim aspect, which you had this. I don't know if this has been in all the Persona games. I don't know if this one had started it, but it's definitely in 5. But you have this social aspect where you can go and hang out with your friends. You can go on dates, get in relationships with them, which I guess it is weird when you're like, oh, these are fucking high schoolers.
Yeah.
But like that is a cool aspect of the game.
I mean, you're role playing. I don't think they're gonna show like a fucking sex scene.
No, nothing like that. But yeah, you're role playing, and it's the same with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to sex up Shadowheart.
Yeah.
You know, like that's cool when you go to camp and you see that exclamation mark, and you're like, nice.
Yeah, it's not like
Wonder what dialogue is going to be here this time.
I'm gonna fuck a tiefling that's about to combust.
You said you are about to?
No, like in real life, like I'm not gonna fuck a tiefling that's about to combust.
Exactly.
Or a vampire.
Exactly. Definitely not. I'm not really a big Asterion guy.
Oh, come on, dude. He's so sexy.
He's okay. He's okay. But yeah, like you said, like you're role playing. It's just I enjoy, whether you want to call it cringe or not, I enjoy when games have that.
Personally, I'm gonna romance house him. But that's me.
I can't blame you for that one, dude. Halcyon is sweet.
He's a Chad.
Dude, he is dope. He's just like a gentle giant, but like still like strong as fuck. So yeah, we have the strategic turn-based combat that Persona is known for, exploiting enemy weaknesses, summoning your personas. Usually at the end, at least in Persona 5, when you would beat someone, if you want to like try and take that persona and like bring them to your team, there's like questions you have to ask them, or questions they ask you and you have to answer them correctly. So things like that. It's very strategic and fun.
Yeah.
And I had already mentioned the capture and fusion system, which is just a big thing that Persona and Shin Megami Tensei, they're like in the same universe, are known for. I don't know if you've heard of that game, Shin Megami Tensei. But yeah, Persona 3 Reload, that is coming. I didn't write it down, but I want to say that's coming February 4th.
I think is it really that far away?
I think so. I mean, you can check, but I want to say that comes out February 4th.
I seen an ad for that like a couple of days ago. So that's crazy.
Was it like an ad to go ahead and pre-order?
I mean, it may have been. I don't know what the ad was for, but I know it was Persona 3 Reloaded for sure.
Yeah, I may need to fact check, but I want to say that it's February 4th of 2024. So we do have a little while to wait on that one, but I think it's going to be worth it. This game looks pretty sweet. Oh, another thing I forgot to add in. I'm glad I remembered this. But a lot of the trailers, I don't know if this game is like fully voice acted, but there was a lot of voice acting going on, and that's pretty exciting. It would be sick if it was fully voice acted.
Yeah.
Because most like JRPG games, you have those like random voice acted scripts, and then it's just a lot of reading.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
It would be sweet to have like a fully voice acted JRPG. Will we ever get it? I don't know.
Yeah, you know what sucks?
We could be getting it February 4th of next year.
Like the amount of voice acted games nowadays really spoils you when you go back to a game that's purely all red or even partially red.
Yeah, it will completely turn you off from wanting to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
We love convenience.
Yeah.
I don't want to read. I want to listen.
That's why Baldur's Gate is so good. Like everything is voice acted.
Like when you talk to someone, it may not always bring up like dialogue options, but they will always have something to say.
Yeah.
And it's all voice acted.
Like even up to like spells that you cast.
Oh, yeah, that is true. And I'm not saying all of it is good, but a lot of it is pretty great.
What, all the voice acting?
Yeah.
Wait, is it? Have you run into some that's like not good?
That one scene with when Will confronts Karlak,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't impressed by that.
Oh,
He was like, "Shit,
shit!
shit,
I do remember that.
you're
Yeah,
right." He just like completely backs down. I was like,
yeah.
well, I didn't really
I think
feel
it's
that, but it's not bad.
yeah.
There's
It's got to be
much
tough
worse.
though because they're like they have to voice act these characters, and I'm assuming that the models are already made, and they have to like match that kind of like energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's got to be like a tough thing to like pull off.
Oh, I hope by no means am I saying like it should be
Yeah.
easy or anything.
I mean, with
there's a lot that you're literally acting.
the
Like
amount
it's
of
just your voice, but you are acting.
the amount of dialogue that's in the game, there's gonna be some that falls off and
Yeah.
falls short.
Yeah. And I would say, I'm still in Act 1. I'm not far at all. But probably about 98% of what I've seen has been really good.
That was a good example though, because I know exactly what you're talking about.
I just remember being like, ooh, that wasn't that good. But I always love like the goblin dialogue. That's always good.
Yeah.
They always got some freak on the other end.
Oh, this guy's an absolute.
Oh, that one dude that wants the pain guy.
Oh yeah, dude.
His dialogue was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And pretty funny.
That was a cool scene.
But yeah, Persona 3. Persona 3. Hopefully it's all voice acted.
Cool.
But I'm looking forward to that. And in the same vein, Eternites. So this is I can't remember who's making this, but it's definitely like a smaller company. So again, in somewhat of the same vein as Persona, Eternites, and bear with me, Eternites labels itself as a dating action game. Bear with me. This isn't. When I hear that,
what the fuck?
When I hear that, I automatically think of those like 1 in a million random lewd Steam games where it's just a chick with the huge boobs, but they try to add in like, oh, this is an action game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I play this for the story. So again, Eternites labeled itself as a dating action game where you are trying to make the best of things during the apocalypse. Hey. Unlike Persona, though, Eternites takes an action RPG combat approach with more hack-and-slash style combat while still having the dating sim aspect like Persona to further relationships. From what I've seen, unlike many animes and anime-styled games that don't take themselves too seriously, this one sidelines that trope for more of a serious vibe with things happening early on that set the tone. I'm sure silliness and humor still are relied on at times, though, because you kind of have that in any type of anime-inspired anything. The combat looks fluid with cool combos, perfect dodges, quick-time events, and more to keep things exciting and rewarding. It also looks like characters in your party are able to assist in combat with special attacks and healing. So maybe this all depends on what characters you have with you and their respective relationships towards you. But either way, from what I've seen from the trailer and the floor demos, this game is looking promising and comes out September 12th, very soon. And one thing I thought was really cool is if this sounds interesting or up your alley, there is a demo available on Steam right now, and you can pre-purchase this game for $27. 10% off, originally $30. So I don't think this is going to be, I could be wrong, but I don't think this is going to be your like 60-hour JRPG type game. But still, if I can get 20, 25, 30 hours out of a $30 game, like that's a dub.
Yeah.
That's an absolute dub. And one small detail that I wanted to make note of is the protagonist. What I wrote was the protagonist isn't wearing some cringy attire. I feel like in a lot of these JRPGs, like I think of before you were able to like customize in like what you wear in the Pokemon games, I always hated what the protagonist wore. Like it was always some shitty outfit. Same with like, I don't think you played Rune Factory, but games like that, you just can't like change your attire and what they're wearing. You're like forced to stay with and look so stupid. So they simplified it. He's just wearing like a pretty loose fitted like white shirt and what looks to be like black pants. And I'm like, I dig it. Like, it doesn't have to be some crazy anime-inspired, like you have some unrealistic hair that there's no way it just kind of sticks up and stays like that forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing crazy like that. It's just very clean and simple, and I appreciate it. And then I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on what I just said? Does that sound cringy? Dating action game?
No. I like some like real life what am I trying to say?
Simulation?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, if like going back to Baldur's Gate, like I think that's really cool to like build a relationship with a specific character to try to fuck them.
I mean, yeah, ultimately.
Ultimately, yeah.
Even if like the
But it gives you like
end game relationship or dating isn't there, like it's cool just to build some type of relationship, even if it's strictly platonic.
Yeah, it's like
it's just cool. I enjoy that. It's more realistic. It's more role playing, like you said.
Right, but it's also like a little mini game inside of the game. Like it's just another avenue that you're working towards.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and for me at least with Baldur's Gate and Persona as well, because Persona 5 had that big time, but it gets you something to like work towards. It makes you want to keep playing.
Yeah.
Like when I talk with Shadowheart and it's like, oh man, she's starting to like ease up to me. She's starting to like, drop her guard. It makes me want to, all right, let's go adventure again. And then we'll camp and then see if she has something else to say. Is she going to start flirting with me yet? It makes me want to keep playing.
Yeah. And it also alters your choices. When you're trying to work towards something, like you have to be very specific on things that you do.
Oh, yeah. Because I love when I'm doing dialogue with someone else and it's like, Shadowheart approves. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you may have someone who's like, hey, I want you. I mean, they wouldn't say this, but they want you to make decisions where we're just helping out everyone. But then this other person may be like, hey, I want you to make decisions where we're just helping out ourselves. We don't need to worry about them. So if you choose, certain dialogue, this person may approve, but this person may disapprove, So you do have to be, like you said, it's like a mini game in itself.
Yeah, actually, for Shadowheart, a lot of the time, she likes the bad dialogue versus the good.
I haven't even found that out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time I see her approve. I could have missed some disapproval, but I usually try and play like a pretty fair character. I'm not like just going to fuck over everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I might in my next playthrough, but
yeah. Well, with that one
I'm just trying to get all the loot, you know what I'm saying?
Like that one druid chick who wants to kill that child.
Kaga.
Like, how do you side? I'm not going to side with that. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, well, I killed her.
I don't care if I make Halsum upset, I don't know if he does get upset, but like when it comes to it, if I'm able to, I'm going to kill her too.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, fuck her. She's terrible. But yeah, Eternites, if that sounded up your alley, I'm pretty stoked for that one. I think I will get that one. $27. I mean, come on, I'll at least try it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it genuinely looked fun. So check it out if that interests you. So I'm going to pass the ball to you.
Okay.
You want to get into? I'm gonna let you decide.
So, let's hit on Lords of the Fallen real quick.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I didn't know you had anything on that. Oh,
nothing,
that's right.
Nothing crazy.
We did watch it.
We just watched like a little co-op gameplay. Mm-hmm. So I actually didn't know that this game was going to have co-op.
That was with one of the developers, I believe, too.
Yeah, it was with one of the developers.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, and I think that was actually the first of the gameplay I'd actually seen, aside from like the trailers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You need to check that out. There's some really cool mechanics. Because you probably seen some stuff going on that you now, you don't know what was happening, but that I do just from watching some of the gameplay.
Oh, really?
Did you notice that when some characters died, the environment would change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
Yeah, watch some more of the gameplay and you'll figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that was a little confusing.
It's pretty cool.
Huh. But yeah, from what I did see, co-op looks pretty Souls-esque.
Very.
But I'd say it looks a little better than like a Souls game, because when you die, it's kind of like you're dead.
Yeah. So this is, I guess I can explain a little bit. So I think it's called the Umbra plane. So when you die, you kind of get like a second wind. I don't think you necessarily get all your health back,
Mm-hmm.
but when you die, that's not the end. You go to like this death plane, if you will, and it changes the environment. It actually even changes like the way the boss looks.
Oh.
And that kind of again gives you a second wind to try again. Not try again, but like,
Continue.
continue fighting. And their attacks can change as well in that plane. Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting.
It's really cool. And throughout the entire game, you have to use that mechanic to like traverse certain areas. But if you're stuck here, if you're stuck somewhere and you don't know where to go, you have this lantern that kind of lets you peek into that like Umbra plane. I don't know if I think it's called Umbra. I could be remembering that wrong. But that Umbra plane, which may have a path that's not in the plane that you're in now.
That actually...
Really cool mechanic.
Yeah, that explains more of the name, like Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah.
So you're going into that plane.
And I don't know if like the original had that at all.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that's cool is when you're peeking into that Umbra plane, like if there's an enemy, they can also like attack you and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have to be careful.
Damn, that's dope as fuck.
But yeah, it's pretty neat how you kind of balance the strategy there with that, because I think if you traverse into that Umbra plane and you die, I don't think you get that second wind because you're kind of giving up. You're giving it up to like go into the plane.
Right.
And I don't think you can just kind of go back. You have to find a certain something to be able to like travel back. So it's really cool. But yeah, what did you think of the co-op? Did you think like it looked pretty fluid? It looked pretty seamless and fun playing with a friend?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I said, it looks pretty similar to like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, but it seems like you're able to do more as far as like, because you're very limited in like say Elden Ring. Like you just get summoned and then you're actually a weaker version of your actual character if you get summoned in to somebody else's game. I don't know if it's the same, but it seemed like they pretty much had like the same health and their own individual abilities, because they were switching between characters in this gameplay, and it didn't seem like one was weaker than the other, but I could be wrong.
And it seemed not hack and slash, obviously.
Right.
But it seemed a little faster.
Yeah, it definitely seemed faster. It looked like they had some different abilities versus like your your one or two swings in Dark Souls and then maybe your spell casting.
Yeah. I think that I read that Elden Ring did a good job of like making magic a better build than in like the previous Souls games.
Yeah.
But I want to say they focus even more on that with this game, to where like it's more balanced with whether you want to go like ranged fighter or go like a mage or a sorcerer using magic. Yeah, which there was a clip it showed us of them using the arrow, the bow and arrow, and that looked sweet. That actually looked like it was doing some type of damage versus like, let me shoot this dragon 1,000,000 times doing 1 damage per arrow.
Yeah, it looked pretty good because one dude was like dual wielding like daggers or some kind of short sword, and then the other dude had like a hammer or club or whatever with like fire on it, and they both looked like they were doing pretty decent damage. The dude with daggers was obviously attacking faster. And they had some like totem aspect in it to where they would like strengthen the boss.
I think that,
or is that the plane?
I think that was, it could be wrong, because again, this was just like a random snippet, but from what I gathered, I think that was just something that boss had.
Right, yeah. But it was just like another cool mechanic they added in there.
Oh, yeah. So. Like if you don't destroy these totems, he's going to fuck you up even more.
Yeah.
So, to weaken him, destroy these totems.
And it didn't look like a incredibly hard fight or like not like a really fast-paced Dark Souls boss, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know how far in the game that was. Like, earlier in the co-op thing, they were pretty early in the game, so I don't know if it, like, switched off, because we were kind of skipping through a bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it looked pretty fun. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. No, I was happy with it. I think this is a game that we'll all eventually get.
Yeah.
And I would love to see what the co-op is actually like.
I'm curious if it's only 2-player co-op.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember them mentioning it, but like you said, we kind of skipped around. We could have missed something, or it could just be something they're withholding. Maybe it's something that no one knows yet.
Yeah, so the more I see on this game, the more I want to play it.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Oh man,
I'll definitely be able or be playing it at some point.
Didn't we get a new trailer?
Yeah, it was last week.
That in the
we
we
watched the trailer last week.
That
shit's fucking sick.
That one looked amazing.
Like, even if I don't play this game, which I probably will, I'm definitely gonna go and check out all the story cutscenes and shit. If not, because it looks really intriguing.
Lords of the Fallen got that lore of the Fallen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some good lore in there.
On God.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty stoked for that. The co-op did look really sweet.
Yeah. So, Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Heard of it? Have you heard of it?
I mean, I've heard of Mario. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. I have heard of Mario, but yes, I've heard of Mario Wonder.
Yeah.
Super Mario Wonder.
So
yeah.
Oh.
No. Again, I'm passing the ball.
I was just gonna say. So today they had a Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct, which is
strictly for Mario.
Strictly for this game.
Oh, for this Mario.
Which is kind of weird, but I mean, hey, we got like 15, 16 minutes of gameplay and shit of the game that we haven't seen yet. So we've seen a lot. This game has a fuck ton of shit in it.
Which is really weird to say
this
for
is a 2D
Mario game, but they threw a lot. They added in so much. A lot of really exciting stuff, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, I always play these games with my dad because he just grew up playing Mario, so we play, like, the newer, like, 2D Mario games they always release every couple years. And, like, it's fun, but it's never something I'm like, oh, fuck, new Mario. Yeah, let's go.
I don't think I've ever had that feeling of a Mario game.
But this one is like, oh, wow, yeah, I can't wait to, this is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is a game that I want to play with my dad, but I also, it'll be cool when we have friends over and we're just fucking taking turns.
No, this is actually
getting pissed at each other over Mario. Like, dude, you fucking killing me. I'm a ghost. Get me.
Yeah, like, we watched, I think, like, 75% of the trailer. Then we were like, okay, this is like a pretty good, I guess current version of like a retro Mario game with some like updated enemies and shit, and then it throws in multiplayer. So we're like, oh fuck, this is like a sick ass party game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, I thought you were gonna continue. I'm like, yeah, I'm here with you.
Well, I was just hitting on a point you were making, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So when you hear that, it doesn't have like party games. You know, it doesn't have like mini games or anything.
No.
But it is
not that we know.
Yeah, we haven't seen any. But I think the way that they've done it, it's going to be a really fun game to play with friends, like couch co-op, because they have like Yoshi's character and I don't remember what that other character's name was.
Toad?
No, it wasn't Toad.
Oh,
no.
That was the one with the bag. That was a rabbit. You know the rabbit?
Was that a rabbit?
Yeah. It was like a black rabbit.
Oh. Well, I'll just call him Rabbit. But like, you know, if you have someone who
I don't know if that's the name.
Isn't more versed in like platformers, they could be those characters because they can't really die unless they like fall off the map.
Right.
So like they have like an easy mode per se.
So you can walk through lava, get hit by Koopas, just anything. You can take any kind of damage and not die besides falling. Which I thought was really cool.
Oh, heck yeah. Like, it's always cool to have that, you know, not everyone is. Because Mario games, they're hard.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the first two worlds may be easy, but when you get to those later ones, like, platformers are not easy games. They're honestly probably some of
they're one of the
hardest,
games. Yeah.
if not the hardest. Honestly, I think I could probably take Dark Souls and beat Dark Souls before I go through and beat
Cuphead.
Mega Man game. Or Cuphead. Oh, my gosh, yeah. I could probably beat Mega Man before I beat Cuphead. But yes, what they added in the multiplayer, let's try our best to like explain that because it is a lot going on.
Okay, so they showed like a few things. The first being couch co-op, up to 4 people can play,
Mm-hmm.
and you can play Peach, Daisy, sorry, no Rosalie.
How do you add Daisy?
Yeah,
How do you add Daisy and not Rosalina?
I know.
How do you add
that shit's fucked up.
Toadette and
Yeah,
not Rosalina?
Yep.
What is this fucking game?
Got Toad, Toadette,
Yeah, fuck this game.
Mario,
I take back everything
Luigi.
I just said.
You have like 3 versions of Yoshi, different colors,
And then Rabbit,
and then a rabbit. Yeah.
whatever his name is.
So yeah, you can play all those characters in couch co-op,
Mm-hmm.
and then they showed a online portion. So if
Mhm.
you play online single player, it's kind of like a Dark Souls. Like you can see people in the background while you're playing.
Yeah, they're like transparent. You can just
Yeah.
see like a silhouette that they're there.
Yeah.
You can tell what character they are and that they're there, and you can like play. You can play along with the people you see. They can like help you out. They can give
Yeah.
you items and stuff.
And if you die, there's a new system in place
Mm-hmm.
to where it'll count down. And I think it might have been like 5 seconds. And if there's a person like in the same world that you're at in the same map, they can like interact with your ghost
Mm-hmm.
and revive you in that level and give you like power ups, like a mushroom or whatever. And I guess you get points based on like how much you help other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what that goes towards, but
I don't remember. It may just be like, oh, I'm playing with this person. He has
Yeah.
this many points. Like he's good.
yeah,
Maybe that's like something like that.
perhaps so.
Another thing that's cool, even if you don't see anyone and you die, other players, if they know it's a difficult terrain, a difficult area, I forgot what it's called, but they
Yeah.
can leave them it's
like
almost like a cardboard cutout of the
Yeah,
characters, like a
exactly.
totem or something. That if you die there, if someone had placed a totem, your ghost can kind of make its way there, and
And
within the
interact
5
with 'em.
seconds, if you hit it, it'll bring you back.
Yeah, and then they get points for putting that thing there.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know if this is what it's called, but it's like friendship points or something like
Yeah.
that. And I don't remember. Again, don't remember what you use those towards. But there's got to be something, right?
I assume so. Unless it's
There's
just
gotta be something.
bragging rights.
Yeah. Like
I've got 69 friendship points.
10,000, brother.
Yeah. Oh, the other cool thing with the couch co-op is you
Mhm.
can ride Yoshis.
Oh yeah, Yoshi's.
Like
can
if I'm
ride
playing
Yoshis.
Yoshi and you're playing any other character, even a Yoshi, you can jump onto me and then I can go through the map.
Easy mode.
Yeah,
You know,
seriously.
if there's lava and I'm just like, damn it, I can't get past this part, and Yoshi's on the other side just fucking waiting for
Yeah.
me.
If your stupid ass little toddler brother wanted to play and he didn't want to play rabbit and not take damage, then he could just jump on my back and then we would just go through the game.
Yeah, which is really cool. And a good segue is one of the new modes can even ride Yoshi, which is the elephant mode.
Yeah.
Because there's a plethora of new items, and the original items that are returning. So some are, and we've seen this in the trailer. If y'all have seen the trailer, and not the direct, but there's like some elephant, something you can take and absorb and become like an elephant version of that character.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of cool things that they can do with, in the elephant mode. But even that elephant can ride on Yoshi, which I just thought was funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But there's elephant. There's like a bubble mode where you can blow bubbles, and like the bubbles will like make their way drifting to like enemies on screen,
Yeah,
and
they
that
can
will
kill
kill 'em.
enemies, or you can jump on them.
You can jump off the bubbles, which is really cool. And then there's a drill mode.
Yeah, the drill. That was really interesting.
Well, that's going to be cool with traversing like environments to get like the big star coins.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could just literally dig into the ground and just kind of stay underground, make your way through the map that way. You could even go onto like the ceiling and drill onto the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff you could do with
You
that.
can also use it as a weapon to like hit enemies from above or down below you.
Yeah, yeah. And that's just 3 of the new items. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
And the
There's-
elephant can attack too. It's got like attacks with its trunk.
Yeah.
You can even suck up water and spray like these new flowers that there are.
Oh yeah, there's those flowers that
They give you like bonuses and shit like that.
yeah, and they talk. They'll give you hints and
Mhm.
stuff. They just have silly things to say. Just a cool little element of the game, like
Yeah.
did you find this flower? Did you hear what he said? It was hilarious. you know.
Pretty
And
much.
then you have the kind of the big I was going to say mascot, but obviously Mario's the mascot. But the mascot for the Wonder game is that Wonder Flower. Like, that's the big new thing. So when you get the Wonder Flower, that, like, completely takes you on a mushroom trip.
Quite literally, they made this a mushroom trip.
Yeah, it just changes the entire level, and there's so many things. It gave so many examples of what that flower can do. It's probably just different for each one you find.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it could slant the entire level. It could change the whole perspective on the level to where you're like walking
Yeah, it's like
on
a
the
top-down
wall.
view.
It could the level could collapse and now you're just falling.
It could turn the whole map into just bubbles rising.
Bubbles rising. It could send in a freaking, I don't know what those creatures are called, but they're almost like little rhinos. Just the entire level is just fucking rhinos, and you're just on their back.
It can turn the pipes into a fucking inchworm.
Pretty much, like, it just, which sounds outrageous if you're listening to this. There's just so much.
It's wild.
But I gotta say, my favorite thing was the metal system. And again, they're called medals, right?
Yeah.
So you can, throughout the game, you will get medals, and there's challenges that you'll have to do to get certain medals. But these medals are almost like buffs, and you can have one per level, but there's so many, and they will change how you play the entire level.
Yeah.
Like, one may allow you to not get hurt by lava. It'll allow you to get, like, a jump off of lava. One will give you, like, almost like Spider-Man powers, but it's like a vine.
Yeah, you get like a grappling hook type thing.
Yeah, like a grappling hook. One will allow you to, like, get a bigger jump off of walls. There's one will allow you to get, like, a super crouch jump, which takes me back to, like, Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yep.
You get that crouch. Yeah. But there were so many, and I'm like, damn, that's so cool. You can be, like, really strategic about how you want to play this game. Like, if I'm, again, getting stuck on this one lava level, well, maybe if I have this one medal, maybe I can just either jump off the lava or have a medal that just allows me to completely jump over it. You know? There's a lot of paths you can take there. I just thought that was really cool. We haven't seen, and that was really original.
They only showed like a few of those medals, and there looked like a shit ton of them.
Yes, yeah. So that was a really cool aspect of that game. So with that being said, Mario Wonder's looking pretty dope.
Yeah, I did not think that it would have like, or just be this involved. They put a lot of work into this game.
I'm just wondering, like,
and this is a 2D Mario game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where do you go now? You know, like, this game's not out, but, like, what can you add now to the next one?
Yeah, I feel like they've added so much.
You can't clutter it too much, you know, because it's just a 2D Mario game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty damn good, and that comes out October 20th, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm stoked for it.
Heck yeah,
that'd be a good one for show.
And I say we go ahead and knock this out quick. Starfield, I didn't think you were going to do that great. 2 sources gave you a 7 out of 10.
Indeed.
I think that's literally equates to, like, okay. Like, it's an okay game.
I seen something on it. Apparently, like, if you are, say you land on a planet, right? Say you're in the middle of this continent on the planet, or same, not in the middle, but like, say you're here and you want to go to the coast. Right. Well, apparently you can't just walk to the coast. You have to get back into your ship, go back to that world map, go back in, and then click on the coast and fly to the coast. Isn't that fucked up?
That's weird.
For a open world space Skyrim?
Yeah. That's really weird.
Why would you not just be able to go there?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, I wish you would just be able to walk there. I get it, though. You can't, like, have full-size planets. Like, that would just be a crazy, crazy game. Crazy, huge game.
Yeah, but
you know
at least...
But have it to where you can, like, fast travel to it or something. I don't need to get back in the ship, go to space, go back down, then choose there. That's just too much.
Either fast travel,
that's how it is.
Or maybe make it to where there's just, like, this... maybe a mountain, and you go through a tunnel, and then you're here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little ridiculous to get back into your ship, go back into the world map, go back into the planet, and then have to click on this continent.
And we know that's definitely how it is.
Yeah, I seen a
Yeah.
thing
That's
on it.
not because one big thing that I thought this game was going to be, whether I thought it was going to, be great or, be bad, I thought it was going to be like a very seamless experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's quite the opposite,
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I thought this would be, hey, I'm going to get in my ship. I can see me going out of the atmosphere. Oh, I'm into space. Now I'm going to this planet, going into the atmosphere. That's what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Not some, I want to go over there. I can literally see it. I could walk, but no, I can't. Okay. That's
Star-
weird. Yeah, that's not seamless. That's, again, quite the opposite.
I hate to be that guy, but I think Star Wars Outlaw is going to do it better.
Hey, I got a feeling that's going to be Game of the Year next year. Wish it was this year.
I mean, that's like a very minor gripe, though. To be fair, I think the game will be pretty damn good for what it is. It's just not really up my alley.
Yeah, I mean, okay. That is true. I want to be fair here. That is pretty minor. But again, I feel like these expectations they were pushing was this huge, seamless game. Very immersive. Nothing kills your immersion like having to do what you just explained.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I did see, apparently Elder Scrolls 6 is in pre-production right now.
Is this new news?
Yeah. Apparently, I think it might have been Todd Howard that said it. So now that they're still focusing on Starfield, because obviously it's coming out, they need to fix bugs and shit as they're going on.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of
But
troubleshooting.
I think they've put a lot of people onto Elder Scrolls 6 now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. That's very good news.
Yeah, no, we'll take that. But what was it? IGN and GameSpot. They gave it a 7 out of 10, which again, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's not bad. It's not great.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not bad.
Honestly, I was probably expecting worse. For whatever reason, I was just thinking it was too huge.
Yeah.
That it was just going to tank. But maybe the truth of it is this game is just not as huge as they led us to believe.
Yeah.
And obviously not as seamless.
I mean, from what I've seen, the dude that rated it on IGN, he finished the story in 60 hours, which, I mean, that's not bad. You can easily go through Skyrim's story in less than that, way less than that. But I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah. Not bad.
And I'm sure he was probably trying to get through it for a review.
For the review. Yeah. So, yeah, it's probably safe to say it's, if he can, I don't want to say he was rushing, but if you can, like, get through it quick for a review in 60 hours, it's probably realistically more of a 60 to 80, maybe even 90-hour game.
Yeah.
Well, that's just probably the main story. I'm sure there's tons of stuff to
I'm
do.
sure there is.
Again, Skyrim 12 years ago, people are still obviously playing it.
Yeah.
That's with mods, to be fair. But, like, you can put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into the vanilla game.
Mm-hmm.
So I guarantee it's thousands and thousands of hours into this game. So, yeah, Starfield. And, again, real quick, I know we definitely don't have much to say about this one, but One Piece, it's a show, not a movie.
Yeah, we both thought it was a movie for some reason.
And again, that's coming from people who, we haven't really fairly given it a shot, but I don't want to. It's just huge.
That's so daunting,
right
dude.
Now, yeah.
That show over 1,000 episodes, like.
And I don't want to get if you're still listening and you're a One Piece fan, like I definitely don't want to get no hate because it's one of the big three for a reason. It's got to be fucking awesome.
It wouldn't be going on this long if it wasn't good.
So I think maybe one day. It's just that day's not going to come anytime soon. But with that being said, the One Piece show, the real live action One Piece show, not a movie, got a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
And who gave that to him?
I think that was IGN.
IGN. So if you trust them, I think we all kind of know, grain of salt there.
I don't think they're very accredited with their movie reviews per se, but
what about their show reviews?
Oh, fair. That
Just
too.
kidding.
I definitely think they're more so video games, but
which, to be fair, we have a friend who is a big One Piece fan who's caught up, seen everything. has One Piece tattoos or a One Piece tattoo. She said she didn't give a number review, but she said she enjoyed it.
Yeah,
right?
she said it was pretty good. It covers the first arc. She watched it all today.
Binged it.
Yeah, just came out this morning. So she said it was pretty good. And
I would probably take.
she may
her
be
word.
biased.
Yeah, she's.
But
definitely
I feel
biased.
like if you know the product and then you're going to see a live action version of it, you want it to be pretty good, and you will probably be a critic to that. And she said it was pretty good. So I guess I trust her judgment. I mean, it's like if me and you watch Dragon Ball Z growing up and then we go to Dragon Ball Evolution, we're going to be like, fuck no, dude. What is this?
Exactly. Absolutely.
If you go straight to Dragon Ball Evolution, you might like it. I don't know. But it's fucking ass.
You should not.
No.
But yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
I mean, personally, for
Yeah.
me, I liked the Death Note Netflix adaptation, and I've never seen anything
I've seen the live action
or like
one.
anime wise.
And everything I've seen of Death Note was after I've watched the live action
Mm-hmm.
one. And so I can say there's like no real bias there since I watched the live action one. That was
Right.
the first thing I seen. But obviously I've seen what the characters look like, previously, because
Mhm.
Death Note's, it's a big anime. It's been
Yeah.
a thing for a while. I thought it was okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
I mean, I definitely didn't think it was anything great, but I
It
thought it
wasn't
was like
anything great.
good for what it was. I was like, okay, this is cool.
I thought the Rurouni Kenshin one,
I have not
that
seen
live
that
action, but that's an easy live action to do. It's not really
Yeah.
supernatural. You don't have powers or anything.
That's true.
But yeah, no, I'd personally take Haley's word over IGN.
Yeah,
And
that's
like you said, she's a fan, so she's gonna be a critic to a live
Yeah.
action.
that's a really fucking hard thing to do, is nail an animated film in a real life setting. You know what I'm saying?
It is hard, and I don't really know why they do it, but they continue to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's got to be tough.
I mean,
That's
shit.
got to be crazy tough.
If you think about it, like, if One Piece like gets this right, a lot of people like it. They've only done the first arc. The amount of time they could put in and money they could put into this and stretch that fucking 1,050 or whatever episodes they're at now, they can make bank off that shit
That's
if they do it
crazy.
right.
Well, I'm curious how many episodes equivalent is the first arc.
I'm not too sure.
Because the arcs can be very small.
Yeah.
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 Like when you think about like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, those arcs are like maybe 20 episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe more, maybe a little less, but yeah, I don't know. And it's crazy. Again, they just keep doing it, but for the most part, live actions kind of tank.
Yeah.
Like even
I
the
think it's
live
like
action,
90% of them are bad.
even the live action, I didn't think it was bad, but even the live action Cowboy Bebop show,
Mm-hmm.
like it didn't really do that well.
No, they dropped it.
They dropped it. Yeah. And I just don't know why
And I
they
feel
keep
like
doing it.
that would have
but-
been like a pretty easy one to get right.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a sci-fi
Yeah.
show, for the most part. But the cast was kind of weird, and that's a lot of the times that's what it will come down to.
Yeah.
And I've seen the cast for One Piece, but again, I watched Cowboy Bebop, so I can kind of be biased and judge there. But like again, I haven't seen One Piece, so and I don't know all the characters. We all know what Luffy looks like.
Right.
We haven't seen One Piece, but we know what Luffy looks like. Maybe it was an okay cast from what I've seen.
I think an Attack on Titan live action would be cool.
I just feel like the CGI would just be terrible there with the fucking Titans.
I mean, I don't know. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I think they could do that really good. They'd have to dump a lot of fucking money into it, though. But imagine, like...
But the fight scenes, I just can't see. Like, I picture... Remember that crazy fight scene with Levi? Not when he's going against the Beast Titan, but when I think he's trying to escape that other guy who's like a gunslinger.
Yeah.
And he's in the city,
yeah.
and he's just crazy, just fucking screwing over this, going over that, doing all these tight angles. Like, that doesn't translate.
I think that could easily translate. Like, you're like
Fair.
an action film guy.
I
think they could
personally-
easily do that.
I just personally don't think they would. they're just
Because, I mean, think about, like, Godzilla, for instance. Like, if you dump, like, that, like, good of CGI into it, they could fucking nail those
But
Titans.
think about Attack on Titan, the Scouts, and just animation wise, like the speed they show, the things they're doing. Like I don't see that speed translating to real life
Mm,
and not being cheesy as fuck.
yeah, I guess you're right. You could be right about
Yeah.
that.
What I like, and I would be more for, yeah, I think it could work, is when you see those, it's still like CGI, but it's like a more like a super realistic CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Remember years ago when like the Beowulf CGI came out?
Oh, yeah.
Like that was pretty cool.
That's true.
Something like that, I think Attack on Titan could translate pretty well too.
Yeah.
Not One Piece. 'Cause
That's fair.
just too animated, like too stylized of an anime.
Yeah, I think you still have to have like an element of like animation into it.
Yeah.
And it'd be like a good niche.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Something like, because, you know, this was a game before it was an anime, but something like Castlevania, that could be a cool-ass movie.
Oh, fuck
That
yeah.
could be a cool-ass show,
Yeah.
which the animated Castlevania is fucking a cool-ass show. Check that out. But that would translate to, like, live action pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't done that yet. I don't think they've done that.
Not that I know of.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we've seen fucking
That's kinda crazy to think
Dracula
about.
on the big screen many times.
Castlevania is old as fuck.
Dude, it's
How have they
old as
not-
fuck.
How have they not done that?
NES.
Yeah.
Old as fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
'Cause
we
that's
got
like-
plenty of Dracula movies.
That's the coolest fucking vampire shit there
mean,
is.
If we're being honest, Van Helsing, that's very
Twilight?
close.
No.
Well, I'm just saying, like, Van Helsing, that's almost
Yeah.
like a fucking
I mean,
Belmont, Trevor Belmont killing
Blade.
Dracula. Blade, yeah. See, it's already been done. Just slab a Castlevania
yeah.
title on it. Dude, I wish we would have got another Van Helsing. I love that movie. That movie's fucking
God, I
good.
haven't seen that in so long.
It's been a while for me too, but I remember liking it a lot. But yes, I literally said we weren't going to be on
I know.
One Piece for a while.
Kind of went
So
down
yeah,
the rabbit hole
One
there.
Piece, yeah, got a 6.
All right, the last thing we have here. And,
You definitely, the ball is in your court for this one.
well, okay, so Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. I definitely didn't think we'd be talking about this today, but I seen something pretty interesting, and that was a video. Well, I had actually seen a screenshot of a young Sephiroth, and I thought it was like AI generated at first.
Like fan made.
Yeah. And then I seen IGN posted a trailer of a new trailer that they dropped for this game. And it's a iOS/Android mobile game of all fucking things to put this in. But yeah,
Mhm.
apparently we're getting a backstory on Sephiroth. Like, I don't know if it's like, I assume this is like when he first gets into Soldier, the militia.
Is that what it's called? Soldier?
Soldier, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like it's going to take place. So, Ever Crisis, here, I'll read this off. Planned to be released in monthly episodic installments, the game retells events from the 1997 video game Final Fantasy VII and all canon titles in the compilation of Final Fantasy VII media franchise. The film Advent Children and the video games before Crisis, Crisis Core, and Dirge of Cerberus. Chapters can be freely selected from a timeline, allowing players to jump between different entries in the series. The battle system draws from the original game's active time battle system. The title will be free to play, but will offer loot boxes that offer random selections of weapons and costumes. And this will be coming out September 7th. I believe it's in, I don't know if it's open or closed beta right now. I'm in a Final Fantasy VII group, and I've been seeing people playing it for a little while. But we just watched like that trailer, and we watched like a video of some dude playing it, and this looks pretty fucking good for a mobile game, dude.
I think so too. Do you mind if we take a second on the combat?
Yeah.
And get that? Okay. Because with that first bit you said, so monthly kind of installments, obviously at some point we're going to have it all, and
Yeah.
it's going to cover pretty much the entire Final Fantasy VII story as we know it. So that's like vanilla base game, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, whatever this like, extra origin story for Sephiroth is. Are we getting, my question is, as someone who is not very familiar with it at all, I played a little bit of the 7 remake, dropped it for whatever reason. I know, shame on me. It was great. But like, are we getting the full games? Like remade onto mobile in the mobile graphics that we seen, which looked great.
Yeah.
Like, are we getting the full games? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't.
Like, do you imagine how much hate you get if you don't give us a full game?
Yeah.
Like
If they
the
just.
full story is not there. Like, what's the point if all the story's not there?
Yeah. Yeah. That would be kind of dumb on their part to not include the full story. If. So it says monthly episodic installments. So that could literally just be like, hey, this is. The first release is going to be the start of Final Fantasy VII. You're with Barrett. You're trying to escape this area.
Mm-hmm.
You get off the train, blah, 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 blah. It's literally the opening scene in Final Fantasy VII. That could be an episode. We don't know. Or it could just be Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And or Crisis Core. Or
like, that's another episode. Crisis Core.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But it could just be like a chapter inside this one part of the game.
Yeah.
There's
Which I would
no
be okay with. Like, if that's how you have to do it to give us the entire game for each game, like, do it that way.
Yeah. Because I imagine that they're planning this to be pretty long. So if that is the case, then I assume they would just give us the entirety of these games.
But at the same time, so I'm almost leaning more towards, like, when this is released, I'm thinking we're going to get the full Final Fantasy VII game.
Yeah.
Because if we get chapters, honestly, all right, it comes out day 1, you and me download it, we completely finish it. We got to wait till next month for chapter 2 to come out.
Yeah.
Where are they getting their money?
Yeah.
Like, how does that, because it has to be set up in a way to where, like, people can be playing this, years down the road, and they're still getting these, like, transactions somehow. They're still making some money somehow. And with the chapters, unless there's some different mode I just don't know about, I don't know if there's some, like, PvP mode or something.
Yeah.
To where, like, it would make sense to have, like, different weapons. I'm going to buy this. I want to alter my character this way. I want them to wear this. If you don't have that, then I just don't see where you're making the monies with the chapter.
Yeah. I'm not
Does
sure.
that make sense? That makes sense. Like, if we beat it in the first week, we have to wait a month. That's like 3-4 weeks worth of money they would no way be getting from us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm really curious how that works.
So with that being said, I believe they're probably working on the whole story. If they want you to play it this long so you can unlock, you want to be like, okay, I'm tired of using this weapon. I've been using it for the last 20 hours. I'm going to hit this gacha pool. I'm going to open this loot crate, spend this money on it so I can get a new costume for Tifa or a new costume for Cloud. And maybe I'll just go ahead and throw in a few more bucks to get a new weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what it feels like.
I wonder what the... Because, again, this is pretty new to us. I feel like we are definitely missing something here. Because there's already a beta. So what are they playing in the beta?
I don't know.
Like, I'm trying to think. Did that guy say it? I feel like he had said that it allowed them to play up to a certain point. Or maybe I'm just thinking of something else because I watched a lot of fucking videos and demos today. But, like, what were they playing in the beta? Like, was it just battling random characters?
I don't know. It could have been
just like
like
almost
Core.
like the equivalent of a demo for this game.
I mean,
just
definitely could have been
a few hours worth.
Yeah.
And then you can just kind of play it over and over if you want, maybe with different weapons and shit.
Yeah.
To play around, figure some things out.
Yeah, because the way it seemed is like you can level up like your sword. You can level up like your sword slots or whatever the fuck they were. So you're getting like it is going to be like pretty grindy since it's a mobile game. There's even like an auto battle feature. You can like speed up the battles,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that is really cool. The video we watched that kind of showcased the way like the combat goes. It is like an auto battle system, but there's enough in there to where it's still very strategic.
Yeah.
You can just completely auto battle, you can do double speed, or you can manual, and you're choosing when people attack, when they do this, when they do that. There's a lot of strategy. It's not some boring like, hey, battle, and then I'm just going to watch them. You can, if you're grinding, but like you don't have to.
Yeah, you still get materia. I think it's up to like 3 players.
Which was really cool, the
yeah.
multiplayer aspect.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the multiplayer aspect, you can play with 2 other people on a fucking mobile game. But I'm just saying, like, your party involves 3 people.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And you can choose which one you want to control at any given moment. But you're pretty much in control of one person until you click the other ones. But they're auto battling at the same time that you're controlling this one character. And yeah, it's
you can
active,
switch off whenever you want.
Yeah, it's an active time battle system, which is kind of like the original Final Fantasy VII, where it's not directly turn based. It's there's a limit on the time as you're battling. And apparently, I was on Reddit and just googling stuff about the game, and people fucking hate this for some reason, and some people love it. Personally, I'm a fan. It looked pretty fucking fun.
The guy we watched, he obviously knew what he was talking about, and he really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And he said, like, it's very different from the original, but very similar in many ways, and honestly, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you don't have, like,
the
stuff in, like, Final Fantasy VII, like, you're not going and getting, like, a bunch of potions, and, like, it's a different game, just made in a different way.
I'm sure those comments were from, like, purist.
Yeah, of course.
The original only. I refuse to even play the remake.
Like, if you want to play Final Fantasy VII, just fucking download it. It's on mobile, I'm pretty sure.
I think you can
get
it on mobile. Yep.
So, like, this game's free. Just shut the fuck up.
I do have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I am just very curious because, like, I want to really get into this. And, like, if you're telling me, like, I can, play all these stories, all these games, through these episodes, like, that's kind of the way I want to do it right now.
Yeah.
Like obviously I want to play like the remakes. I want to play Final Fantasy Remake, Part 1. I need to go through that because Part 2 is coming out soon. But like, I can only do that when I'm here. I can do this anywhere.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I want to do that.
Yeah, that was another question we had is like, is this ever going to come to like console or even just the Switch? Because this would be like the perfect Switch game.
I would prefer,
I would much prefer it on a Switch. I don't want to be holding my fucking phone playing a damn video game. But and the graphics on this shit look pretty fucking sick.
I get it though. I'm sure it makes business model. It makes the most sense.
Of course,
being like a mobile game.
But I think you can translate that. I mean, look at Pokemon Unite for instance. That's on mobile and it's on Switch and it's got gacha pools.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it has a form of gacha pools, but you still can just buy cosmetics outright.
Yeah.
So it's still got the same kind of system, so they could easily just put this on Switch, and they may plan to. We just don't know yet. But I don't know. But aside from all that, you have costume slots, materia slots, weapon slots, and it seems to be either a weapon cosmetic or like a weapon upgrade slot, and then you have a limit break slot, so you can change all of that out. I think it was like up to 3 materia slots, which was cool, and there seemed like a ton of materia, and it works a little differently in this game than like original Final Fantasy VII. And there's some like original story shit that like we started with, like Sephiroth. They showed a trailer of young Sephiroth, short hair, and there's this dude that comes and fights him. What the fuck was that dude's name?
I don't remember his name, but it was obviously
Garrett
someone
or something. I don't know.
He knew from his past.
Yeah.
So they have some kind of relationship.
And it was actually pretty cool because when he was on the phone with Genesis, which is a dude that you fight in, I think it's Crisis Core.
Ooh,
but he's in relation with Sephiroth. And I think they were, I can't remember if they were just allies or if they were enemies towards each other at some point. I can't remember the exact backstory on that.
Well, we're going to
But Genesis was a cool fucking character.
And we're going to get more on that.
Yeah.
Whenever this comes out.
But yeah, we've never had any like backstory of Sephiroth like this before, and this is completely original. I assume it's canon because this whole game seems to be all the canon stuff because the remake's not included in this yet.
But yeah, that's my biggest question is obviously we've seen the combat. Whenever you watch the trailer, you see it switch from like kind of more realistic to like more chibi. And from what we've seen, it seems like when you're outside of combat, that's when it's kind of like more chibified.
And it's not like
bad
a shitty. Yeah, it's not a shitty chibi.
Not, what was that one game called? Final Fantasy World or something?
Oh, yeah, Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, that is like chibi I can't do. So this looked really good. But I'm just wondering about, like, how does the story play? Like, is it just like the original game? Or just, you know, because obviously the remake doesn't play exactly like the original game, but as long as that story's untouched, you know, like we're getting the main things. Like if we're getting all that, then I'm definitely on board.
Yeah,
because I've seen how the combat goes. But yeah, I'm just curious about how that story plays out.
Yeah,
because and with Dirge of Cerberus, like that game plays very differently than the other ones.
That's true.
Like how? I'm so curious.
Also, how's the? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could still do it. That one's going to be interesting. The Dirge of Cerberus act is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. But yes, those are my big questions. The story and, like, what are these, like, monthly installment type things? Like, is it the full game? Is it chapters? I don't know if these questions are already answered out there. We couldn't find it. If so. But when does this come out? I mean,
this is September 7th. This
we'll find out soon.
7 days from now. So.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Next Friday. Or next Thursday, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, we will find out soon. I'll probably go ahead and pre-register.
Oh, yeah. I just wish it was on the Switch.
Yeah. No, that would be dope.
But there might be a way to play it on PC. I don't know.
Oh, I guarantee. I remember people were playing that Call of Duty Mobile on PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down for that then.
But yeah, who knows? Maybe I could see the Switch doing it as like a big package when it's all done. You know?
That's true. That's very true.
But
yeah, there might just not be a ton of content at first.
No telling. But either way, I'm excited for it. I'm pretty much excited for, other than One Piece and Starfield. I'm excited for everything we went over today.
Same.
Any last thoughts? Anything you want to add on to any of the games I went over?
No thoughts.
No pressure. I was just thought I would ask that before we wrap it up.
No, sir. Don't got nothing in here.
Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, then this has been episode 45 of the Hardcore Podcast. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Hey.
Hi.
That was pretty solid.
Hi.
Look at that. Average.
Let's go. Bum, 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 bum.